Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll learn how to prepare the computer and your point of success data to work with an upgrade to Point of Success version 5. A few things to note before we begin. The first thing is that once we start the conversion, there is no going back. Once we have converted the data to version 5, it is no longer compatible with any previous version of Point of Success. So only do this when you are going to subsequently do the installation of version 5. I'll take you through at least the beginnings of that. But in order to prepare to install version 5, we have to do a few things in version 4, then we have to uninstall version 4, and most of this is done automatically. I'll walk you through it. Also, I'm going to try not to edit this video so that you can get a feel for exactly what I'm doing. There may be a couple of times that I skip ahead when the process is taking longer than it needs to demonstrate what the steps are. So the first thing we want to do is we want to repair the data which rebuilds the index files on the previous version of Point of Success. So version 2, 3, or 4 will be rebuilt using the Arsenal Database Administrator. Notice that I just typed database and it searched for it for me. Then I can choose that and it will connect to the data that I can now manage. When I go to the Data Maintenance tab, I need to choose which data set I'm going to be selecting, and that's the POS data. We don't need to do sample or system data, just the POS data. Then click Repair. This will go through each and every file. It will list them here, and it will rebuild the index files on each and every one. When it is finished doing that, it will tell us that the data was repaired if needed down here at the bottom. If it is interrupted, it is typically interrupted by an error message down here that says something along the lines of 11013 or something like that. An 11013 error means that someone went into the data while this was being rebuilt or repaired. The problem with that is that this utility needs exclusive access to the data in order to properly repair the data. So if it stops in the middle and displays an error message down here, there's something else wrong. Contact Point of Success or your dealer to be able to overcome the problem or the error that you received down at the bottom of this. It should just complete, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Oh look, it's almost finished, and so we'll wait just a second here, and the last file that it repairs is the zones file. So if you're looking on this the log, the list of all the repaired files here, you will see zones being the last file, and then you know that it has been properly repaired. Data has been repaired if needed is a healthy message. If there's an error message, we need to react to that differently. The next step is to get Application Manager on the computer. So let's close this. Let's open a browser and let's type www.posdl. That stands for Point of Success Download. posdl.com /app with a capital A, PP, manager, ANAGER, install, INSTALL.exe. If I press enter, then it will begin to download App Manager for me. Notice that I've already downloaded it once, so it put a second instance of that. And if I press, this is on Edge. If I press the folder icon right here, it will take me to that folder and show me that sure enough there was one already in there, but it pulled a new one down, and you can run either one. I'm now going to double click and run App Manager. Once I've done that, I can click Next, Install, and it will install App Manager for me. If I leave the checkbox checked that says that I want to open Application Manager after I'm finished, then when I click Finish, it will actually open Application Manager. Note that the first thing it wants to do is remove the old installation, and that could be version 2, 3, or 4, to prepare for version 5 to be installed. That's the very next step after the repair. Download the App Manager, and it will begin to uninstall the previous versions of the software. After connecting to the data, I need to download the new software. So I choose the Download tab, and it displays all of the software that is available for me to download. You don't have to download it all, or you can download every bit of it. You can select all, select none, or you can shift-click or control-click and choose just the applications that you want to download. If I click Download, then it will begin downloading all of the software that I need to begin to install. As soon as it finishes downloading, it checks the data to see if it is compatible with version 5. It's not. And so the Data Manager is going to run, and it is going to check the data and convert any data that it needs to in order to be compatible with version 5. Once installed, it will display this list so that you can choose which things you want to do. My suggestion is to back up the data, to convert the data, and to import the reports. Don't worry about repair or purge yet. Those are optional, and we shouldn't do those right now. Once I press Process, it will go through and back up the data files first. Once it's finished with that, it will begin to convert. I'm going to leave it here, even though this might take a couple of seconds to do this. Apologies for the length of this. Now it's going to start converting the data. And as it does, it converts each and every data file, ensuring that they are all compatible with version 5. Note that each large file, the customer file, the order items file, the till items file, maybe delivery runs, maybe dining tables, those kinds of files are going to be bigger and take longer to convert. Till items is toward the end of the conversion. And that's finished. And it's waiting to finish the rest of the conversion that it needs to do in order to be compatible with version 5. Remember, one of the checkboxes we chose was to import reports, so it did that for us. Then we get this detail of exactly what happened to our data. So we can look through that and make sure that it was converted properly. It took 2 minutes and 24 seconds. I spared you a few seconds of that. But everything that happened to the data is listed in this log file. Press close to dismiss it. And note that everything is downloaded because we showed downloaded and available being the same version. Now we can jump over to install the software. Note that the Data Manager was already installed, and we have a newer version of the database server. Plus, we have a bunch of other files that we can or don't have to install. But I can click Install, and it can install each and every file, one right after another. I'm showing all of them so that you can get a feel for about how long it will take and the chain of events that will happen.